You're listening to the Weekly Rant. And now, here's your host, Jimmy.
Come with me now. Come with me now. Come with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Come with me now. I'm gonna show you.
All right. Welcome back to the 52nd episode. It's actually a late one because we were supposed to be doing Tuesday and we didn't do Tuesday. But sitting alongside Mr. Chris Porcelli, I'm Jimmy.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Not much, man. Excited for this weekend. Really looking forward to it.
What are you doing?
Going up to Villaroma, baby.
I'm not.
Oh, no, you're coming with. You're coming with. This is not called the Weekly Rant with Chris.
The Weekly Rant with guest host.
Guest host.
That's it.
No.
Hosted by the guest host.
No. That defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. Definitely got a big event going on. Mr. Doc Holliday helped us arrange the entire thing up there, which is absolutely wonderful. A lot of giveaways. I mean, we'll go over everything, and
Yeah, we can tease. That's a
As
tease.
we
I
want.
think that's what they call this, right? A tease.
that is a tease. And
It's a tease?
The
Yeah.
real tease is that the Rangers are on the power play. That's a tease.
No, it's just setting yourself up for disappointment. that's all that's about. I mean,
That could be
I
a
was
tease
gonna
also.
wait until we brought up what my Islanders did to the Rangers
Well,
on Tuesday night. But if you want to get right into it, by all means.
we will get into the rundown, though.
Have the Islanders stopped scoring though? Have they stopped scoring against Henrik? Has that ended?
No, it's still going.
It's still going.
It's still going, actually.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So as far as this rundown goes, welcome back, Mr. Chris Porcelli.
Yeah, glad to be here. It's been a little bit, been a hot minute.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's rattle them off.
Yeah. Will the Jets ever win again? No. This could be an interesting game tonight.
This past weekend, huge loss for Big Blue.
Yeah.
Giant matchup coming up. I tried to make some sort of a pun there.
A giant matchup.
Huge loss for Big Blue. Giant matchup next.
I think that works. I'm not an English major, but I think that works.
Yeah.
We got the start of the Islanders and the Rangers. Could have gotten off to different starts, but
Yeah, that's
we're
not
gonna
good.
do that one.
Speaking of which, our debate is who's going to basically have a better season, the Rangers or the Islanders.
It's not really a debate. Yeah, and where are the real
3 games in and you're talking.
It's all we have. It's all we have. I've waited 20 years for 3 games. The Kansas City Royals. They're real. They're a real team.
I don't know where they are.
No.
We'll also just discuss in general the playoffs as far as what's going on because tonight the Cardinals are playing the Giants in Game 5, and if the Giants win tonight, we're going to know the 2 teams in the World Series.
Yeah, baseball, playoffs, good stuff. And then we get the picks. We'll put in our football picks for the week. Myself, Jimmy, and guest picks. Do we have any guest picks?
We're going to actually have, you have Steve's picks. He's maybe we wouldn't talk about his picks.
No,
Screw
really?
Steve.
I don't even know who he is.
Doc's going to put it in his picks, that's for
I
sure.
like that idea a lot.
Speaking of Doc, like I said, we'll get into Villaroma as well.
Yes.
And then,
Yeah, and of course, what y'all came for, Jimmy's rant.
boom. We're not going to do the rant up there.
No. The whole thing's going to be a rant.
It really will. Excuse me.
We're going to be at the bar on a Saturday night doing the show. It's going to be amazing.
But yeah, I don't think there's going to be a rant because, as per all the past shows, I don't do a rant on the show. So
Right. Yeah, well, crowd's going to be into it. It should be a good time up there.
Oh yeah, throwing things at us.
Yeah.
I'll stop talking, get up stage. The usual.
Yeah. So let's get into these Jets right here.
The Jets. We
These
can start with the
Jets.
Jets. That's my own fault. You're right.
Whoa.
Hang on.
Well, record. This is recording, right? We got this on record.
Like I said, this is the Weekly Rant
I am
with
right.
Chris Porcelli.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So yeah, the Jets, they had a good showing last week against the Broncos.
Not terrible.
To start with.
Yeah,
To start with. 7-3 after the first quarter.
Right? They hung in there for a little bit. They hung in there. I mean, they made it close at the end too. I think that's the point with the Jets right now when you're saying that they're playing teams and they weren't terrible. They showed up to play.
Geno is the only quarterback in the NFL to have an interception in every game so far.
That doesn't surprise me. He is awful.
He's 6-7, 6 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. So
He's got more interceptions than touchdowns.
he had more interceptions than touchdowns last year too.
How about pick sixes? Does he have like 1,000 of those yet?
He threw 7 interceptions total, so he must have thrown 9 pick sixes.
I think that's a mess. I'm not an accountant, but I think that's the
That's
mess.
pretty accurate, I think.
Jeez, yeah, he's just. I
But
mean,
Denver took it away, man, and Peyton Manning really is a story here. He's only 2 shy of Brett Favre's record.
was it 2 or 3?
2. He has right now 506, I believe. He has,
three will get him to pass.
Yeah, he has 506 right now, so 3 will get him to pass. Favre at 508.
Right.
Which even after that, I don't think anybody's going to touch that record for a while.
You know, I don't know though. The way the NFL is set up now, a guy like Andrew Luck, where it's a much more passer-friendly league, might eventually get there. But it's just the longevity of the career too.
That's true.
To throw that many touchdowns, I mean, you're talking 500 touchdowns, right?
Yeah, he'd be bombing past Favre's career had it not been for his last season in Indianapolis with the injury. With his
Right.
neck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did throw 55 last year, which is absurd.
Disgusting.
Absolutely absurd.
Yeah. But, yeah, so Denver went on a route. They absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah.
I mean, even Hilby ran for 100 yards against them and 16 receiving yards. Julius Thomas, who I picked up in fantasy via trade, he gave me 2 touchdowns and 50 yards. So that's 5.
It's a big-
and then
he's a big
6,
target.
12, like 19 points or something.
You know what's funny? I read somewhere that Julius Thomas, after he caught a second touchdown pass, was screaming at the Jet defenders that it's too easy. Just kept saying it's too easy, it's too easy, and they got offended by that, which I don't understand.
I don't understand that.
How? You know what? He's just stating the obvious. And you know, if you have a problem with him saying it's too easy to score touchdowns on the Jets, stop giving up so many touchdowns. How about that?
Valid point.
Yes.
And that reminds me actually of Darrelle Revis. They brought up a good point on other sports talk shows. Being that they're playing the Patriots tonight, you think Darrelle Revis is actually telling Belichick, let me go in for a couple of passes? Do you see the secondary out there?
I mean, yeah, you know, against this Jet secondary, I wouldn't be surprised with anything, but Darrelle Revis has really bounced around so much. I mean, I could also see him on the other side just not caring.
Yeah.
He just strikes me as the type of guy who got paid, wanted to be the best. Sherman stepped up last year. You haven't heard anything from Revis. You know, this whole Revis Island thing, you haven't heard nothing about it.
How similar do we look right now?
Oh, it's a striking resemblance.
mean, the shaved head,
Yep.
the
Well,
orange facial hair,
yep. Yeah.
and the shirts.
It's,
The shirts.
we do look like twins.
We are selling these shirts, by the way. Right off of our back.
Hashtag,
We're selling these.
hashtag ad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they are kind of cool. You did put these together. They got the dates of all the road shows that you've done.
Get it.
Yeah, the Weekly Rant. Okay.
Get it. Wait.
Yeah, no, we are. If you do
you
actually
didn't
step
see
back.
new business cards.
New business cards?
Oh yeah.
Are we going public? What are we doing here?
Well, check it out. See, these are the old ones.
Okay.
These are the first ones.
Those
are the next ones.
Right.
And now we're talking.
And now we've stepped up to the
Raised-
classy.
raised
yeah.
edges.
No, this is. I mean, James, I know this is becoming a popular show and everything, but this is a classy business card right
Right?
here.
You like that?
It's like the extra money for these.
You want to talk to the mayor of Buffalo? Here you go.
I don't, but I would like to hear how that went.
don't.
I don't. I do not want to talk to him, but you did.
Yeah, I did.
How was it? What was that like?
Coolest guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was actually
Really?
kind of funny what happened. There was some sort of unfortunate miscommunication early in the day, in the morning, when I went there. So I'm looking for him, couldn't find him anywhere. I'm up by his office, and finally he's there. So I walk in, and
He's a politician who went to work.
right, on a Saturday.
Wow, on a Saturday. No, he was there especially for you, Jimmy. Let's be real. So, it's the famous James
So
Howard.
I was told that the interview will be set up for me and everything. Okay, great. So Mario, he's got the camera with him and everything, and
Good Mario.
so anyways, his PR guy comes out and he says, "Who are you?" I said, "Jimmy at the Weekly Rant down in New York, sports talk show."
And
Okay,
naturally,
great.
he's like, of course.
I know who you are. Why did I even
course.
ask? I just want to double. Let me see your ID. Here you go. Boom. So he says, "All right, give me a second." Goes in, talks to the mayor, comes back out. He says, "All right, come on in." Okay, Mario, let's go. No. Just you. Now, it was at this point where I felt almost like I was back in elementary school, where I was getting in trouble by the principal.
Oh, interviewing you one-on-one?
Yeah, and I'm like, crap, what did I do? So I walk in there, and it was funny because when I walked in there, it was almost like the mayor he set himself up to be positioned waiting for me. So when I walked in, he's like this looking at a picture.
Oh no! Stop it! Please tell me it was a portrait of him. Like, was it a portrait of him who's holding a cat? Or is he
It is a oil
gazing
pastel
out-
painting,
just gazing out the window?
gold-brimmed
Oh
picture
my
on the wall.
goodness!
So I walked in there and talked to him, and he was unaware that we were going to do any videography. And I says, "Well, that's."
Or did he
that's
not? It was a
what we
makeup
do."
artist then? What does that matter?
I said, "Well, that's what we do, all right." He says, "Okay, so what do you want to talk about?" And I said, "Look, I assure you, we're on different sides of the fences here, so I assure you, we will not be speaking about politics.
This
I'm
is
here
not a political
strictly,
show.
yes, I'm here strictly for sports."
Right.
So he says, "Okay, no problem, bring him in." So actually, his exact words were, "Okay, bring in your guy." So from here on out, Mario, as some of you have seen him before, is now known as my guy. In the most, he's married. Okay, put that out there.
Back to Michael Sam. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Well, Buffalo's got a lot going on in the sports world these days.
Yeah, with Terry Pegula and Kim Pegula buying the Bills, they finally got that
Yeah.
approved last week or a week
Yeah.
and a half ago, and back in 2011 they bought the Sabres. So
Right.
they, I
Hasn't
wanted
done
there you
much
go.
with them.
I wanted to ask him, and it just did not come out. I wanted to ask him, hey, can you possibly call Terrell Owens and get the key to the city back from him, or can you borrow it, go to Home Depot, have a new one made?
Yeah.
And give it to Terry and
I
Kim?
have a question though. Those keys to the city, what do they open? What do they get you?
Any door.
Any door, any city.
Any door.
You know what? I understand it's Buffalo, so you're not really opening anything up too dramatic.
Pandora's box.
That's
Dude, it's an awesome city, though. No, but really, he was cool. He was awesome.
Yeah.
Gave a great interview, stand-up
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
And
No, it's really cool. It's definitely outside the box. It's
it was pretty comical because when we were talking about Gaelic football, he says before the interview, he says, "Look,
You would go interview the mayor of Buffalo and talk about Gaelic football. Hot topics only here on the Weekly Rant. Gaelic football and who's fighting for that last playoff spot in the whatever league they play in.
yeah, the GAA." But
The
listen, it was
GAA.
awesome. Yeah, so they went up against the NYPD. The NYPD came up and met him, and after the interview was over, he says, "So, have you gotten a chance to interview Mayor De Blasio?" My response was, "Nah, he's a tough cookie to crack." When I'm like in the zone, planned everything out, good to go. But when you throw a curveball at me like that, man, be careful! It comes out of my mouth. I have no idea what I'm going to say.
The only answer to that was, does he even go to work? Does he even show up?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's...
Anyway, so the Jets, they suck. They're playing New England tonight.
Right.
I got a couple of fun facts for tonight's game, though.
Yeah, honestly, though, how do you see that picture that game playing out?
Normally I would say that New England's going to crush them, but really New England's not that great this year. Okay, New England almost lost to Oakland, first of all. I don't think they're that great. I mean, you talk about Tom Brady, who has bottom 5 QBR. Okay? Oh, no, I'm sorry, whole season. Right now he's 95.1. He's got a 62.7 completion percentage, which for him is atrocious. But he's got his 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
That's who are his wide receivers? That's not their problem.
Edelman.
Edelman's a decent player.
Yeah, Edelman and Gronkowski and LaFell. LaFell has actually put up some big numbers this year.
Yeah, you can't say it. I mean, other than the Kansas City game where look, Brady's getting older. They're entitled to just
Every team's gonna have their one game where you're gonna
right.
you're gonna
exactly. You're gonna drop the ball on that if you will. But then they went back up into Buffalo and Brady threw 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
And you can't even say, well, that's Buffalo, because Buffalo's half decent this year.
Yeah, no, that's
decent.
true. But Buffalo hung with them. It's just the problem you have right now is maybe New England isn't that good, but the Jets are just so bad.
They really are. I mean,
they're so bad in the secondary. A guy, you have a mediocre quarterback is going to tear them up. Let alone the Tom Brady's, the Peyton Mannings of the world. But they probably took it easy.
Geno Smith has a third the yards rushing that Ivory has, and half the yards that Johnson has. Johnson only has 200 yards on the nose.
Yeah, but that's the other problem with the Jets is that they wanted to be a ground and pound team and kind of bring Geno in. But the problem is, 1, they can't run the ball, and 2, when you're always down in every game, you have to throw the ball. And when Geno Smith is throwing the ball for you, that's problems.
It definitely is a problem. 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, QBR 69.7. They have 19 sacks, though, which is a lot.
The Jets D?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have 19 sacks, but they only have 1 interception. So, and that's their atrocious secondary that they were speaking about in the early weeks in the season.
Right.
But then you look at every other team. So even the Patriots have 13 sacks and 7 interceptions.
Right.
So they're out there.
Yeah, but that's the point, is that they have a strong defensive line, and you would think that would lead to more turnovers. But when your secondary is that bad, it's a minor league secondary.
Minor league secondary would be right now the Giants.
No, Giants. Wow, who got hurt?
All right, so the Giants got blown out 27-0, but they did have 2 interceptions in that game.
That game, I'm telling you right now, that Giants game, the only thing that comes out of it is it sucks that Victor Cruz destroyed his knee. That's the only thing. Yes, it does. It does. It does. It absolutely does. You can't say that losing a guy like Victor Cruz won't hurt.
I don't want to say it's gonna hurt them a lot. I don't think it's gonna hurt them that much, to be honest with you. The reason why is one man, Eli. With Eli and Victor Cruz paired up since Cruz came into the league, Victor Cruz leads the NFL in dropped passes and dropped pass percentage. Fact.
Okay.
So, I'm not saying throw Nassibin and we'll be better off.
No.
I'm just saying, yes, of course, obviously Cruz is a threat out there.
Right.
But you can't take away the fact that Cruz has terrible numbers, and yes, it may not be him, because Eli can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Oh, you cannot talk to you. No, Eli is fine. Eli is not the problem. Eli's absolutely...
So far this year, he's not. So far, he's not this year. Not so much the problem.
No, absolutely.
He's... What do we got? He's 11-5. Okay?
Yeah.
So he's not so much the problem.
Right.
Except for the fact that he can't throw for more than 200 yards. And the thing is, he can't really hit his targets, though. He's constantly overthrowing them.
You know what, though? He's
underthrowing them.
Yeah, but the thing, a lot of those misses and those incompletions, if you go back and watch the games, he's having a problem because they're young receivers in a new offense, and they're running timing routes. Guys like Odell Beckham, they didn't have time during training camp. It's a new offensive system. Most of these misses were, even in the beginning of the season when Eli threw those horrible picks, the wide receiver's nowhere to be found, and you're looking at it saying, well, it's Eli Manning's fault. It's not. The receiver is turning right, and he's supposed to be going up the field, and you throw the ball on timing routes. Eli's always been about timing routes.
But what I don't get, though, is if that's the case, just putting it out there, why did Nassau in the second offense of the preseason have no problem running this offense?
You know what? You can't talk about preseason.
No, I know, because they're all going against each other's secondaries.
Yeah, no.
But you're looking at it, they had no problem running the routes, running the timing of the routes. Nassau's passes were right on target.
They also dumbed down the offense significantly. And I think that's a big difference, too. They dumbed that offense down in the preseason significantly. So where you're trying to hold Eli back, which is hard for him to take the foot off the gas because he's not that type of quarterback. He is. You want to say he's maybe a gunslinger. That guy throws a deep ball. He's always going to try to thread the needle there. You can't really.
I just don't
hold him
see Eli being. First of all, he's not even a second-tier quarterback. To be honest with you, he's really not anymore. At least, or actually, me. Sorry, I never thought he was any good. But I'm just going to throw it out there.
You never did like.
No,
I don't understand.
I hated Eli.
He won us 2 Super Bowls.
No,
right?
he
won
didn't.
2 Super Bowls.
No, he did not win us 2 Super Bowls.
Oh, yes, he did. Who? All right, what do you want to say? The defense won the first one?
No, David Tyree and Mario Manningham, they won us those Super Bowls.
Who threw those balls?
Who had to get up and save his ass?
No. That play, the Tyree play is equally as important. Eli getting away from 7 sacks.
Do you remember what happened the play before the David Tyree play? I'm putting you on the spot right here, and I hate to do that without talking to you about this beforehand.
It's a long time ago.
I'm going to question your giant hood as far as Eli goes.
Here's what we're going to go with there. That was my first professional championship.
This is a very relative question right now.
I will explain this, and I will give you an answer. I'm an Islanders, Mets, and Giants fan. Okay? That was the first taste of... Yes. No, Islanders, Giants, Mets. Baseball just destroyed me. I've given up on baseball. The Mets. No, you're right. Yeah, touche. The Mets have killed managers in baseball. No, I was a Giant fan. It was the first taste of success I had ever had. That Super Bowl, there was a lot of alcohol consumed. There was a lot of yelling. There was a lot of screaming. So no, I do not remember the play before that. Bottom line.
Giants should not have won that Super Bowl.
Oh, but they did. I'm not going to play this
But they did.
game.
Of course. I'm just saying this right now. Asante Samuel had the ball.
Oh, when he dropped the pick.
In his hands. It was right in front of him.
Actually, wow.
No one was near him.
I'm having a flashback.
It was right in his chest.
Oh, right in his hands, yeah.
That's it.
Bounced off him.
Yeah. He had it right there.
Yeah.
So, David Tyree won the Super Bowl for them.
Whatever. Regardless.
I will tell you this, though. I will not take a single quarterback over Eli when it comes to Ford commercials. I mean, 2-minute drill.
First of all, It's Toyota.
Toyota commercials. Sorry.
Don't you know Eli drives a Toyota Camry?
Yeah, sorry. That's
Just
right.
like Jeter has an Edge.
The Ford Edge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Ford Edge. Jeter's got an Edge, and Eli Manning
Yeah,
and
and Eli's
his
part of
$100
State-
million
part of State
contract
Farm, yeah.
is running around in a Camry. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, but 2-minute drill and playoffs. I'll take Eli.
Yeah.
Hands down.
That's fine. But back to this year though. Eli isn't the problem. What sucks about the Cruz injury is that if you think about it, Cruz was great when he had Hakeem Nicks on the edge, who was a fast, deep threat, big receiver, and Cruz could kind of run the under routes, run through the slot, everything else. Having Beckham, who's shown he's got that type of skill, the big hands, the quick, the deep threat, putting Cruz back in that slot position would have been a great combo. And then you have the emergence of guys like Ruben Randall and some of those other ones that kind of pop in. It would have
solid.
right.
Solid.
And then
They're looking at
they
Mike
got a
Williams
tight
right
end.
now.
Right.
Okay. Why are they looking at Mike Williams right now? That's my biggest problem. I just saw it the other day. When you have a guy named Corey Washington, who's not on the practice squad, he made the 53-man roster. He showed he is a gamer.
Right.
The Giants made the mistake initially with Victor Cruz in his first year of not playing him. Actually sending him to the practice squad.
I thought he got hurt.
No, they sent him to the practice squad.
No?
He tried to make the team. He didn't make the team,
Right.
and he tore it up just like Washington.
Right.
And Washington actually posted better numbers.
Right.
And they threw him in for the first game. That was it, and made him one target.
Right.
He caught the ball. It was just out of bounds in the back corner of the end zone.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. He hasn't seen a minute of football since then.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me. You have a guy who's I can put an argument for from what I've seen.
Yeah.
That he may be better than Mike Williams.
Yeah,
And get him in there. He's the type of guy who can save Eli with these terrible passes. Just get up there and attack the ball. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's fine. But just with the Eagles game, watching it, it was a disaster. It was just a no-show. And it's almost easier because now they got a big week coming up against the Cowboys. Cowboys are coming off a huge win against Seattle. Right? If the Giants can go into that game and play well, they're right back into the season, and it's almost easier to forget about a blowout loss where you just didn't show up. You can write that off and say, hey, well, we didn't have it that day, it's fine, put it in the past, forget about it. As opposed to those games where you lose on a last-second field goal or one play would have made the difference. Those can kind of drag you. They can hang on to you. You can think about them. That's a very, it's a very easy game to just chalk it up and say, hey, we didn't show up, on to the next one. They're able to hopefully catch the Cowboys off of stealing cologne and underwear because apparently Jerry Jones apparently Jerry Jones can't play for
Did he find $29,000 for that?
$29,000 for cologne.
$100.
Cologne and underwear. I don't understand that
First
at all.
of all, the whole $100 breakdown of cologne and underwear.
Cologne's expensive.
I know. I'm hoping it was like an $80 bottle of cologne.
It was,
and not like a cheap knockoff $5 bottle of cologne and like $95 worth of underwear.
Yeah, allegedly, according to TMZ, it was an $80 bottle of cologne and $40 worth of underwear. He's not a guy.
Maybe Under Armour.
Maybe high quality stuff. Who knows?
Maybe high quality Hanes.
The guy's on $1 million contract, and he's just walking out of the stuff. And it was a blatant thing too. It wasn't like it wasn't a Jameis Winston. Oh, I forgot to pay for these crap things. But he did that on purpose. So I think the Giants have a good chance if they can just get back on track. I think they'll be okay. You just chalk the Eagles game up to This
is a cool fact about the Cowboys here. I was going through the league leaders by team in rushing yards.
Oh, yeah, DeMarco Murray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, take the Cowboys out of the equation for a minute because they're number one, obviously.
Right.
Number 2 team, Steelers, 824 yards.
Yeah, LaVon.
Number 3, 49ers at 814. Number 4, Ravens, 797. Number 5, the Houston Number 5, DeMarco Murray. He's sitting there, 4th, himself, 4th. Amongst all team totals.
Versus team total.
But there's team totals.
Yeah, but they're going to give him like 400 carries.
785 yards.
Yeah, they're going to give him like 400 carries. They're absolutely exploded, but
he just tied Jim Brown's record.
Well, you have for starting with 100 games.
Six games starting with 100 plus yards. He's going to break that against the Giants.
But you know what though? You have to give. I mean, I hate the Cowboys, but you have to give Garrett a little credit. I mean, going into the season,
I feel
look, if you can remove. Credit. No, because what they're doing by giving the ball to Romo, by giving the ball to Murray so much, is removing Romo from being Tony Romo.
Do you see what he's doing?
Dumb things.
Look at what he's doing. All right,
yes.
Granted, he doesn't have that many more passing yards than Eli, and he has the same stats mostly overall than Eli, believe it or not. But the way he's spreading the ball out, okay, you have Des Bryant, 4 touchdowns, no surprise there. Witten, he's got a touchdown, but he's racking up 240 yards already. Then you have Terrence Williams, 320 for 5 touchdowns. He's spreading the ball around.
Yeah, but it's so different situationally. When you can run the ball the way that they are.
Tony Romo distraction and a half.
Right, so Tony Romo is having more open receivers. You're not forcing him into situations where he has to make a play.
He can run the play action and get away with it.
Right. The defense now has to respect the run, so those extra half seconds on a play action, those extra half seconds on the formations that they're running out are really helping him. But they're removing Tony Romo from doing Tony Romo things like throwing interceptions or just making dumb plays. How
much time do we have? We're in October.
Yes.
November. So we have a month and 2 weeks to see if Tony Romo is going to be Tony Romo in December.
He absolutely will.
Yes.
I will bet my entire net worth, all $7, on the fact that Tony Romo will collapse and they will lose a playoff game. I still don't think they're going to win a playoff game. I mean, maybe you could do it with a running game strong like that, but they're just not going to do it.
Well, let's speak about playoffs, and we're getting to playoff hockey. What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Islanders and Rangers. As we're watching right now, the 3-0 San Jose Sharks are up 2-1 against the 3-0 New York Islanders.
Can you believe that statement?
First time since 2001, the Islanders are 3-0.
That's right. You know what else happened in 2001?
They got their crap kicked out of them by the Ottawa Senators. Sorry, Toronto Maple Leafs. The next year was Ottawa.
Oh, yeah. No, it was the Sean Bates, what I was getting at. Thank you very much.
Oh, the penalty shot?
Yeah. Yeah, Sean Bates, that was a long time
Didn't
ago.
do much. They still lost.
Yeah.
They still haven't gotten past the first round since when? 96? Or was it?
93.
It was before the Rangers, that's right.
It was a while ago.
It's almost like the Kansas City Royals World Series streak.
But I think that's, hey, you know what? You could run a lot of similarities between the Royals and the Islanders. And if we end up
the fact that they were so close to moving to Kansas City, and at the time, one of the best comments that I heard about that was one of the fans in Kansas City saying, why do we want the Islanders? We already have the Royals.
Yeah. No.
That's a low blow if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, you know what though? But I think the difference this year though with the Islanders is they actually have a good team.
Yeah.
They actually have a good team. Snow went out, and he was terrible last year. He didn't improve on anything.
Just last year?
No, well,
I don't think he's been good
at
all.
No, you got to come off of what they did against the Penguins. They could have easily won that series with a good goaltender and 1 or 2 more breaks. They were in it with him as an 8 seed. You go into the next offseason and does not improve the team at all.
Only DiPietro just did not get punched in the face by Johnson. They maybe would have won the cup.
God, that punch crushed my soul. It was awful.
Man.
No, but the Islanders actually have a good team this year. Those trades, I don't care what anybody says, the trades to get Boychuk and Nick Leddy on the same day at the same time absolutely solidified the defense, made them a completely different team.
Yeah, it definitely, I think it's more of a statement than anything.
Yes.
All right? Because, you have 2 guys who've basically been in 3 Stanley Cups in the past 5 years, and what do they bring to the table? They don't bring all-star caliber defense, but they bring high-end defense that the Islanders haven't seen in years.
Well, I mean, look at a guy like Boychuk. He's a plus 30 last year.
Yeah.
Right? Plus 30 last year. The Islanders' best player was -4.
Now, you look at top 10 plus-minus players. Naturally, your plus players are going to be your defensemen. If you're on a good team.
If you're on a good team and you're not doing penalty kills.
Right, if you're on a good team.
Yeah, the plus-minus is a good indicator, but it's just the idea of the fact that you have a guy like him back there who's a veteran, who's savvy, who's been in the Stanley Cup, who calms that defense down and brings them some validity back
now,
there.
are they pairing them up together?
They are pairing them up together between Leddy and Boychuk, which is fine because so far in the first 3 games they complement each other very well. Boychuk, you'll hear Boychuk's name more, but Leddy actually, as a younger guy,
Boychuk stepped up. He had 3 points in the first game.
Yeah, no, he's a lot more involved. He'll be a little more aggressive. Boychuk's a little more aggressive, but Leddy is there. He's solid defensively. The 2 of them work very well together.
Yeah. Brock Nelson.
Oh, stud.
Yeah.
Stud.
Yeah.
Just turned 23 years old.
Yep.
He is going to be a stud in this league for years.
7 points through 3 games, 4 goals, 3 assists.
Yeah.
And you got Tavares, who's basically helping out the whole time. He's got 5 assists on 2 goals.
People forget the fact that he's coming off of a blown knee.
Yeah,
a blown knee in the Olympics.
That's the whole thing is I don't think you can really rate Tavares right now. I don't think you can go back on his past and say who he is because, yes, he's very young, but this time in his career, it's kind of like, let's see if he can battle back and how much he can battle back. And that's nothing. He's perfect. 100%. 100% if you ask me.
No, I mean, they got a good team around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. I think it is a big year for Tavares to step up and carry a team a little bit. Show that he can drag them through.
I think he's, actually, I'd say he's neck and neck with David Wright of the Mets, if you will. I can compare the both of them heavily to their team. The guy that wants to sign the contract to stay with the team, that's next to a garbage team. Sorry.
At the time when he signed him, yeah.
Right.
At the time, yeah.
Exactly. Because this year, they're looking good this year.
Right.
But at the time that they signed the contract, you're right. You know, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you signing that deal? Get the hell out of this town.
Yeah, but
You may actually win in your career if you get out of this town.
yeah, but you know what though? The thing that I like about him is he has that attitude of I want to be the man in the city to turn it around. That's that mentality that guys like LeBron James don't have. And I'm not comparing the two.
They will
but I'm
always
saying
live
the
in the shadow of the
mentality.
Rangers. Sorry, it's true. It's
Well, I
he's
don't.
never
not
going to-
out here. It's when they move to Brooklyn, maybe. I mean, just like no matter how good the Nets are, they're always going to be the shadow of the Knicks. That's a fair assessment. That yeah, the Islanders, because they've been so bad for so long, will be in the shadow of the Rangers. But
Yeah.
you know what? Back in the '80s, they were not. They were
Right.
not a shadow to them. So that's all. Winning changes everything. That's the bottom line. And the fact that I've stuck with them for so long, and they're going to be in Brooklyn when they finally turn it around,
There's some
and I'm going to have to watch every game on TV instead of showing up for my $5 tickets at the Coliseum.
Well, the Rangers are starting off exactly how they started off every single year, which is why I'm not so disappointed about it.
Yeah.
You know, especially Lundqvist always having a slow start. Rangers can't. I'm not one to judge one game,
Yeah.
but honestly, after watching the first game of the season against the Blues, the Blues were actually, this game favored the Rangers because the Rangers last year were the best team on the road. They had the best record in the league.
Right.
Typically, it's like the Giants. They have the best record every year on the road. That's also because Madison Square Garden is probably the worst arena for hockey. You can hear a pin drop all the time. It's terrible.
That's so corporate.
It really is.
Well, it's so expensive to go to a game.
That too.
That's
That
about,
too.
you know, you look at those tickets. I mean, it's so expensive.
It's
that you-
disgusting.
Yeah.
So they played the Blues, and they played a phenomenal game. They won 3-2.
Right.
And I'm saying, wow, I'm listening to the game, and it sounded good. Talking to people, they're saying, yeah, they actually look real good.
Yep.
They're playing physical. They're not dumping and chasing. They're not making extra passes.
Correct.
They are shooting the crap out of the puck.
Right.
I'm like, wow, that's what those are the exact things we've been missing. Play physical, stop the dump and chase, shoot the puck.
Yeah, I hate.
That's what the Rangers have been missing, and they did it in the first game.
They did, but in all fairness, though, Nash they did blow it at the end, and then Nash bailed them out. Nash has been.
That was down in the game, yeah.
No, against St. Louis. When
No, they won.
Yeah, they won, but they gave up a goal with.
Oh,
to
they
tie
had
it up.
46 seconds left or something like that.
Yeah, Nash scored it,
Nash
and then
scored 3
but they
minutes
gave
left.
it. They're up 2-1, and they let
Yeah.
up a goal at the end, and then Nash bailed them out.
And
but-
he's another one. He lost a lot of weight in the offseason. He's looking much skinnier, much faster.
What do you
back
call
in-
the Ivan Rodriguez and stop taking steroids and I did yoga and lost 40 pounds? Like,
Hot yoga.
It
Hot
doesn't
yoga.
make any sense too
Yeah.
because his wife was pregnant the entire time and he goes out and loses all this weight and then has the baby and then now scores, what was it, 6 goals he's got?
6 goals.
6 goals in 3 games?
Yep. He's tearing it
Silly.
up.
It's silly.
Tearing it up. And then, of course, you have, well, I don't want to say of course, but the surprising one is Kreider. Kreider's got 17 penalty minutes already. I mean, they
Yeah.
had been so penalty prone. It's just, it's annoying and it's frustrating to watch already, just 3 games in. I'm like, I don't, 4 games in, rather, I don't understand what I'm looking at here. And I'm not going to bother Lundqvist about anything because, honestly,
Lundqvist.
yeah, he's Lundqvist. He's going to turn around. He's going to have another 30-win season. If he has 2 or 3 more, I believe he'll be the only goalie to have that amount of consecutive from starting his career, 30-plus wins.
Brodeur
every
never
year.
got there?
He can. That's what I'm saying. He can surpass Brodeur.
Oh, he was bad. Okay, that makes sense. How about Brodeur still hanging around, throwing up YouTube videos like somebody please take me.
Yep.
Just can't hang it up. He just
No.
can't hang it up. It's unbelievable.
Meanwhile, his son is drafted by the Devils. He drafted his son
Well, yeah.
to the Devils.
Yeah, that's a little nepotism. That's fine.
Yeah, I think he's playing with Albany right now, though. But
Is he any good with? Is he a goalie?
he's a goalie.
He's a goalie.
Yeah, he's a
Shocker.
goalie. He'll be behind Schneider soon.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah. Hey, let's jump into the debate here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Baseball. We don't. All right.
Boom, we can jump.
Hold on.
into
There's
that.
baseball being played. It's kind of cool that the Royals are in it.
Well, that's after the debate. Pow.
Oh,
And the Royals.
damn it.
We can spend a couple minutes on the Royals.
No, I really don't want to.
We're in the World Series.
Yeah, I guess you got to talk about the World Series. It's the World Series. It's a sports show. Talk about the World Series.
show.
Fair. Fair. I did watch some cool videos of some of the fans taking videos when they
They had
when
the trophy.
clinched.
They I can't think of who the hell he is. No one knows any of the players' names on the team. But so they were running around, and they actually had the ALCS championship trophy. They were walking around the outfield, passing around to the fans, letting them touch it and hold it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, they're good. They seem like a fun team like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know that city's just been. It does. There's a lot of correlations between the Islanders. They were really good in the '80s, and then just were the laughing stock of the league for so many years. And then out of nowhere, last 2 years, they kind of build up on it, and now they're in the World Series, and they look unstoppable.
Yeah.
Every single thing is going their way. They're making every play, hitting, timely hitting. But they're cool. They seem like they have a lot of fun.
Yeah, they do.
It's Kansas City. What else are you going to do?
Debate.
Yes.
Debate. Who is going to, after tonight, be the better team? The Islanders or the Rangers? Let's see what you got here, bub.
Maybe long term or
just this year.
This year. I mean, look, being a biased homer, I think the Rangers will ultimately end up maybe coming in a couple points behind the Islanders.
Ouch.
I do think that.
Now, let me ask you a quick question though. Are you saying that just for the sake of having a debate, or you honestly feel that way?
No, how I honestly feel that the Islanders are going to be at least 10 points better than the Rangers this year. I really do, because I don't think the Rangers are as hungry as the Islanders are going to be. I don't think that everybody on the team wants to win as much, and the Rangers are getting up to a slow start. The Islanders are not. The Islanders are not going to get off to a slow start again. They're up 3-0. They've looked good so far, and I think this is the first time this year that they have a veteran presence to stop those skids throughout the season that have always killed the Islanders. Those 4-game losing streaks, those only getting 2 points out of 6 games have killed the Islanders and dropped them down to muddling around in March. Those aren't going to happen on a veteran team this year, and the biggest difference is Halak, and you saw it on Tuesday night. That second period, if Nabokov's in net or any of the goalies they've had for the last couple of years, the Islanders are walking out of that period down 4-2. Instead, they go into the third period tied. They get a verbal kick in the butt during the intermission and come out like bats out of hell. They came out, and you could not sustain that pressure because they will always score goals.
Did you just spew out everything and just lose it all in one shot?
I might have.
Did you?
I might have gotten a little excited. Bro, 20 years. 20 years I've waited for this. And you wanted me to hold it to a 30-second debate?
You're saying
that's like getting home, bring a supermodel home. Like, of course, you got 3 seconds and you're done.
You're saying the veteran presence. I didn't know you consider Capuano being the veteran presence here.
He is in the Metropolitan, in the division. He's the longest tenured coach, and he also has the second highest odds to be the first coach fired. 3-1 in Vegas. If you're a betting man, 3-1 in Vegas.
Anyways, I don't think the Islanders are going to be better. I think the Islanders have a lot of work to do. You look at the first 10 games of the season, and people say that will tell your season. Mm-hmm. No, I think that's 100% false. Look at the way the Rangers have started for the past 3 years. The stadium was under construction. They were never home for the first 10 to 15 games of the season, constantly starting on the road, which is really why they've been so bad at home. So now that they're finally home, they're selling themselves in, and you know what? The one big advantage the Rangers have, and it's an obvious one, where were they last year? In the Stanley Cup Finals. What happened? Yes, there was a lot of luck en route, but you know what? They got there. They know what it takes. The Islanders do not know what it takes. Only 2 players do, and those are the 2 new ones. Good luck getting that chemistry built in today with that whole entire organization, but the Rangers lost all of 4 players last year, and those 4 players were the ones that sucked the most, including Brad Richards. So, keeping their core together, they're going to be much better off than the Islanders. They have a much better defensive pairing back there. They have a much better goaltending system. They have a much better head coach. They have a much better offense.
Oh, you can't say he's a better head coach. No way. He got fired from Frank. No, he's not a better head coach. Capuano isn't very good, but he's not a better head coach.
You don't think Vigneault is a better head coach than Capuano?
I don't think he's a much better. I don't think his hands about
He's been to 3 Western Conference, 2 Western Conference Finals, 2 Stanley Cup Finals, 3 Eastern Conference Finals, an Eastern Conference side of the Stanley Cup Finals. He had Montreal Canadiens having the best power play for 2 years in a row.
So what's the problem with the Rangers' power play?
Oh, they're the Rangers. So,
well, my point is, if you put him on the Islanders, he doesn't win all these things. He's been in those situations. That's fine. But here's where you said that the Rangers have started on the road, and that's been off to their slow starts, and you think that's going to help them this year. That's where I disagree. I think where the Rangers have gotten off the slow starts, but what has saved them is having all of those home games on the back end of their schedule. They don't have that this year. They don't have that bailing them out where they could stay at home for 2 to 3 weeks at a time at the end of the season.
You interrupted me before I hit the bell. So you can continue now.
Oh, we broke the bell.
Nibble.
This would do it. Islanders and Rangers do it. No, I think the Islanders are going to be better. Bottom line. That's all I have to say about that. I already said everything in my face. I can't go again, my God, Jimmy. I can't go again. You gotta need water. I need time to cuddle. It's too quick. Just ask Heather. You only get a minute. One and done.
Oh my God, that's funny. And we get the Royals out of the way. That's great. Villaroma.
Bang.
Villaroma.
Yeah, this is.
I actually wrote up some stuff for what we would be talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Preparation Jimmy. Who are
Preparation H. Well, I didn't get any sleep one night.
Preparation H.
So, man, the demographics of the crowd. If I say that up there, I wonder if they'll get offended. I'll still say
it. Might boost sales.
Yeah, I'll still say it. So tonight, big game. I'm talking about it here at the... oh, that's what I want to talk about. I definitely want to talk about the 2016 draft site being in Buffalo.
Okay.
Do some research. Harbor Center. Harbor Center is a multi-million-dollar, $172 million facility built by Terry Pegula himself.
Mm-hmm.
Turning that entire city around. They're having the World Championships back there again. They're having the draft back there.
Mm-hmm.
They anticipate having over 500 million visitors. Oh, sorry, that's a freaking lie and a half. 500,000 visitors annually to the city of Buffalo. Doesn't sound like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot. 500,000 visitors.
That's cute. That's good. They're trying so hard. They're just putting in their best effort. I'm not gonna lie. Buffalo. That's man. I mean, you gotta give
trivia.
Did
I tell you the trivia?
You gotta give those people a lot of credit, though. I mean, they have great food, great beer, but just awful sports existence.
The trivia.
Yeah.
The trivia questions, which we're gonna print up anyways.
Well, what is the trivia gonna be for?
Okay, so there's going to be the first trivia. The first trivia is going to be about the Jets. Don't say the answer if you know the answer. Now we're going to have, those gallon-sized pretzel jugs?
No.
Okay. Well, I like pretzels, so I buy it for the
How do you
gallon.
think I maintain this figure and not knowing about the gallon-sized pretzel jugs?
So we're going to have two of them in the afternoon when we're selling everything at the booth. And one's going to say Jets and one will say Giants. And they're going to be for each question. So when you come up to the booth, you write your name and your answer, and then we'll pick them out later on.
Okay.
So the first question is going to be, and again, we'll have all the sheets up there for the weekend, and I believe Doc already has posted them on his website and throughout Villaroma themselves, is in Super Bowl III, the Colts were favored over the Jets by how many points? Now, that may be an easy question, but I anticipate people looking this up. Because I'm not going to sit there and spend all day doing freaking trivia. I want to give the stuff out, make people happy, and we have a show to do.
Well, what are we giving away for this?
This is going to be an autographed Jets Sean Green football.
Autographed footballs.
Yes. Trivia is autographed footballs.
That's a pretty good...
the Giants question...
And all you got to do is fill out some trivia answers and
you
get a chance to win football.
That's it. Autograph.
Yeah,
and then the next
genius.
one is going to be an autographed David Wilson Giants football, which would be heavily... Well, not heavily, but more desired than the Sean Green.
It is because...
In light of what happened.
It's a rarity that he didn't injure himself signing that
right,
football.
Exactly.
So,
how long do you think he put his neck? Did you think actually the neck injury started with looking down signing footballs? I think so.
It's hard to get on a guy for that.
So that question is actually going to be in Super Bowl 25. Bill Parcells had a plethora. That's right, a plethora.
SAT words
of assistant. That's right, of assistant coaches, not just assistant head coaches, but his staff. 5 of them went on to become head coaches in the NFL. Name them.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Bonus question for a follow-up is, can you also name the teams that they coached? Don't name them if you know them. You can write them down.
I'm just trying to think of the coaching.
So, now the next one is actually really cool. The next one is already posted up in Villaroma, and I've already posted them on the website, and I'll post them up for the next couple of days. I'm not going to give you all the numbers because it's a pain in the ass, but we're going to be polling the audience.
Mm.
The polling already started, and the first question is going to be who will win the NFC East. The next one will be who will win the AFC East. You look on the website, and you see the teams in each division for that question, and you text to the number 22333. I get no personal information. It literally goes straight to a polling site with our account, so that's it. You text the corresponding number to the team, and we actually get to see a live result as it happens. You can text in your answers, and we'll see them. So
technology on the 21st century.
And guess what? Up? I'm actually setting it up.
Wow.
Of all people.
Yeah.
Of all people. I figured out how to do this.
You know what? You've been pretty good with all this stuff, so I have faith.
I've been sweating. I mean, I can literally sit and face an air conditioning blowing 10,000 miles an hour. I mean, I'll still be sweating.
No. So we'll collect it every time.
So we'll be in the main lobby at 2:00 sharp, setting everything up and basically giving away selling T-shirts. It's going to be 1 for 8.
Hold on.
Yes.
Time out. Go on. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we have very important things to talk about.
Golf in the morning.
What time is our tea time?
I think it's like right at 9:30ish.
9:30. That's good. That'll give us a chance to
Maybe get 18 in.
I was thinking sleeping, but yeah, because we're gonna go there Friday, and that place you're gonna have a good time up there. So
Right.
that's gonna happen.
Yes.
All right. 9:30. Yeah. So
If you're there on Friday night, you can meet us up in the mezzanine bar and lounge. I guarantee you will be there.
you'll find one of us there.
And when we close that out, you can also meet us downstairs at Marty's Lounge. So, and we'll close that out too.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
My man Darian, he'll be bartending.
Sorry to interrupt.
So the main lobby at 2 p.m. the next day. Sober, hungover, anything, we'll be there.
Sober.
Of course. We'll be selling T-shirts. Each T-shirt is going to be going for sale. Hang on. Each T-shirt is going to be sold for, thank you, $8 or 2 for $15. Raffles are 5 for $5 or 12 for $10. The raffles are cool because with the raffles you're going to get the Matt Leinart Cardinals jersey autographed, and the other one is a Chris Brown, the football player, autographed jersey.
Right. It's
And
not him.
your
It's not a
choice.
picture of Rihanna. It's not a Chris Brown.
Your choice combination. You get to pick with that winning jersey either the Otis Anderson autographed jersey number with your prize, or the John Taylor from the 49ers Super Bowl 23 game winning catch autographed jersey number. The next raffle is going to be an expensive one. It's $5 for one ticket. But Christmas is coming around the corner, and Hanukkah, Steve.
Steve wanted me to ask you a question. I remember this. He wanted to know what the standings were in your fantasy football league.
So the YA Tittle jersey.
Just ignore that and move on. I'm assuming Steve's doing all of that. Is that
he's 4-1 or 5-1. I'm
sheer luck.
not got 2-3-1. I think something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
So the YA Tittle jersey is one ticket for $5. But the cool thing about the YA Tittle jersey is not only is it autographed and certified by they're all certified by JSA, to be honest with you. But on the bottom of the Tittle jersey, they have embroidered all his stats: 3-time MVP, 5-time Pro Bowl, all this stuff. So that's that. Then we're gonna have our big banner in the backdrop, which everybody can sign if you want to sign it. And if you want to take pictures in front of it with us, we'll take pictures. If you want us to sign anything, we'll sign anything.
Why would they want to take pictures with me?
Why would they want us to sign anything? Trivia.
So we put it this way. You need to study, okay? You need to work out your hand. You're going to be signing autographs. You're going to take pictures with us.
Yeah,
and at the end, you're going to buy our shirts. You
Yeah.
got this, people?
Yeah.
Buy the shirts, sign things, and get ready. Do your makeup, do your hair, put on some nice clothes and a good t-shirt. We'll sell you a t-shirt. You can look good in the pictures.
We're the ones putting on
Bang.
the show.
Maybe walk out with a football sign by Sean Green. Boom.
Or Chris Porcelli.
That
Boom.
Yeah, that's how you know. If you wake up in the morning and go, "Why is Chris Porcelli signed my shirt?" That means you had a good night.
Now,
And
if you wake up
probably
in the
an
morning
expensive
and you
latte.
say, "Why is Chris Porcelli next to me?" then there's a problem.
"Well, that's a disaster." That would be the worst thing that could ever happen to you or to me. No.
That is true.
Which would never happen.
I lost my train of thought with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So here we are. We're the ones doing the show, and you're telling them that you have to study.
That's right.
Okay. So apparently research. I guess
That's right. We put in work. You put in work. That's how this does.
We put in work. You put in work, and your money.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work going into this.
There is a lot of work.
No, it's going to be a good time though. I'm looking forward to it.
Picks.
Picks quick.
Yeah, let's go through our picks. So, I did a new thing this year now with my picks. Is I go through a couple of games of what I think. I'll go through real quick what we have. I'll spot out where we differ. We both have New England over the Jets.
Is there anybody that does? We don't know the gambling. We're not gamblers.
No. But I did win a $50 bet with Cantillis because he said that he bets the Giants will beat the Eagles. I said no, they won't.
There were a lot of people that threw money on that, so you can't say that.
So-
You bet against your own Giants?
Yeah, I'm a realist.
Oh my gosh! my gosh.
A fan can and should be a realist.
I'll never gamble.
Which is why I am picking the Cowboys over the Giants, and you are not. We all have Baltimore. We all have Buffalo. I have Chicago. Chris has Miami.
I do. I think Miami might be able to pull that one off.
We also differ with Detroit and New Orleans.
You have Detroit?
I have Detroit. We both have Indianapolis.
Calvin Johnson's not playing that game. Right?
Yeah. No, I know.
Okay.
I like Reggie Bush out of the backfield.
You know, Reggie Bush might not play that game. Right?
I may change it to New Orleans.
He might not play it. Saying him and the got ankle injuries.
We both have Indy. We both have Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know, my fantasy team this week is going to be basically, I call them the Cleveland Bears. Okay.
Why is that?
I have Alshon Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
I have Martellus Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
I have Robbie Gould.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Bears defense. I dropped the Bears defense to my bench, and I am going to be playing Hoyer at quarterback. I am going to be playing Crowell at running back, and I'm going to be playing the Browns defense.
You know there are other teams playing this week, right?
Yes.
Did you do any of those FanDuels or DraftKings?
No, I want to.
My brother's into those. He is. I gotta give him credit. Him and Rob Semetti, these two kids, they put in research, analytics, everything. They have everything going on. They're actually winning some money doing these things. It's you know what. It does bring out the best part about fantasy football, which is the draft, because my team is always like right now. You know, you got Victor Cruz on your team. He was a big buy. Done. It's just the best part about doing those fantasy leagues is the draft. So, just they do them. They do really well with it. They like it, but they also get very intense watching these games on Sunday.
Yeah, I imagine.
They got quite the setup.
So we both got Seattle, Tennessee. Yeah. We differ on San Diego and Kansas City.
Who you got?
I have San Diego.
Over Kansas City?
I do.
I think Kansas City could do it.
I can't read. So we differ on Arizona and Oakland.
I think that's going to be my upset pick.
My upset pick was last week, and I got screwed on it. I had Jacksonville over Tennessee, and Jacksonville was up 14-10.
That was close.
They lost 16-14.
That's got to have covered a spread or something.
Killed me. So,
had to have covered a spread.
We both have Houston, and then Steve has the bye over Tampa Bay. So my must-watch game is the same as the must-win game, which is the Dallas and the Giants, and my must-win is the Giants. My who cares game is Cleveland over Jacksonville. My blowout game.
I actually disagree with that who cares game. I think if the Browns want to prove that they're not the Browns of the past, they need to go out and they need to beat Jacksonville by a solid touchdown and a half.
My theory behind doing this was to try my best to have a game for all of these categories, regardless. So there was one week where I didn't even have an upset week. I couldn't pick one.
Yeah.
So of all the games, though, I really feel that is the most relative towards the who cares category.
Yeah, I guess there's not a lot on the line. Okay.
You know, the blowout game is going to be, I feel, Green Bay over Carolina. Carolina has one of the worst defenses in the NFL in most recent past, too, actually.
Is that factual?
That is very factual, yeah. All their defensive categories are 25 and worse.
Really?
Yep.
They're supposed to be good this year, too.
Yeah. Clueless game. Detroit over New Orleans. That is my clueless game. The reason, you're not familiar with the reason behind my clueless category is not like I don't know anything about them. I mean, clearly I'm picking Detroit, so I don't know anything about them.
Right.
But the whole theory behind the clueless is I really don't know what team is who. I had actually, for example, I had the Giants and the Atlanta. That game was a clueless game. Because we don't know who the Giants were at the time. You know, they're beating crap teams and losing to crap teams. Atlanta, they're just a mess themselves. So it's kind of a clueless category being really what team is going to show up. We have no idea.
That's a very fair pick. You could see either one of those winning. You could see either one of them winning big. You could see being close. Yeah.
And the upside I have is Houston over Pittsburgh. Again, it's not an upset game. Pittsburgh is done. Pittsburgh this year, they're abysmal. They really are. They're so bad. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger never has ever been a good fantasy quarterback, but he's not even good himself. I mean, the best player on that team is Antonio Brown. Other than that, they're terrible. I'm sorry. They just got old.
Exactly. They just got old. That's the difference. You know, a couple of draft
sport
picks.
where they don't make a lot of trades and moves.
Right. You build through the draft. You always build through the draft.
So this weekend, pumped?
Oh, dude, you have no idea. I'm excited for the golf. I'm excited the fact that you sent me that picture. You got the banner hanging up as soon as you walk in. We're going to be hanging out there. We're going to have a good time. It's a lot of fun. We got a lot of good stuff to give away, too. So, come on by. In worst case scenario, you sit in a bar, you have a beer, and you listen to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take some questions, right? Questions,
so.
trivia, it's the whole thing. It'll be a good time.
So. Now, if someone puts us there right there on the spot and says, what's, I don't know, what's the length of Cyzicus's hockey stick?
You know what? So back to that time.
So many ways.
So back to that time I woke up with somebody.
Is Cyzicus hurt?
They just
scored and someone's... Oh,
no,
that was
it
over before.
Is that a highlight?
That was Grabowski, probably.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a highlight. All right, good.
That's funny.
No, I mean, I don't want somebody to ask me trivia. We'll just ask questions.
Yeah.
Any other way, you make it up.
You can ask us questions before.
12 feet. 12 feet.
Yeah. Or you can ask a question beforehand.
Yeah, we'll be hanging out, have a good time. If you're in the area, drive on by, have a good time.
Exactly. Whoa. Hey.
Jimmy's rant. And now it's time. Wait for it. Oh, now it's time.
Yeah, you can tell everybody.
Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man.
I'm the man.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
I'm the man.
Okie dokie. Where's volume here? Hey, there it is. So, this week's rant is going to be on Don't Move Your Chair, my beloved New York Rangers. I don't like patterns, especially when it comes to my teams when they start to suck. And that's what the Rangers are doing. They're starting off the season very slow. Lundqvist does not look like Lundqvist. Almost to the point where he's going to turn around. The guy's almost got a 6 goals against average in just 2 games. Their defense is the worst I've ever seen. And this guy, Koska, I don't know who he is. I don't know where he came from. But he needs to go. He's the reason why the Rangers lost that game to the Islanders. Because towards the end, it could have been Islanders 4-3. Rangers could have pulled their goalie, and who knows what would have happened. But the fact is,
that gave up the 2 turnovers?
yes,
Sorry.
that caused 2 goals. So in the end, it would have been 4-3 Islanders, and who knows how that would have turned out. The Islanders probably still would have won. But yeah, the Rangers, exactly. The Rangers look so bad. They really do. They're not disciplined. That first game, I'm throwing that out the window. They just look so bad. And I'm not having it. They are definitely in that Stanley Cup slump of we were there and they feel like they won and accomplished something. I'm sorry. You accomplished nothing. You embarrassed yourself in the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm not going to get there anymore.
Preach!
Because I went off on them last year.
Preach!
But no, I'm already starting to sweat. So, yeah. Anyways.
I agree with your rant. Rangers suck.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
That kid had a rough night at the office. Rough night at the office. Oh my goodness.
So, anyways, next episode is going to be this Saturday night at Villa Roma Resort and Conference Center. Again, we're going to have a couple of guests on hand. We will be having the social director and entertainment director there is Doc Holliday. We'll be having him on. We'll also be having on Chuck Martin, who was a former talk show host himself. So we'll be having him there as well. We'll be having a bunch of giveaways, as you know, yada, yada, yada. We'll be there 2 o'clock in the afternoon, downstairs in the lobby, and the show starts at 8:30 p.m. sharp, upstairs. And that's about it. Anything for you?
Get there. It's going to be a good time.
Get there. All right, well, cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
We'll see you then.
All right.